Hello, I am TK, and this is Black Equity Talk. Here we discuss issues and topics related to the health and the wealth of the Black community. So today I would like to introduce to you a very special guest who is a registered nurse. Her name is Chioma Okoye. Hello, Chioma, how are you?
Hi, TK. Nice to meet you and nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much. I was very excited to hear about what you had talked to us about today, because I recently saw your video that was on your website, and it has so much information. And I think every person should go to your website and watch that video, because I was just like, wow, I never heard of some of this stuff before.
I know. You're talking about the healthy aging presentation?
I am.
Yes, and it's very simple and easy to understand.
It is.
All those medical stuff, it was simplified. Yeah, I think everyone should see it too.
Yes, definitely. And you are glowing. Your skin is so beautiful, and you look healthy and vibrant. So,
Thank you.
what do you usually do? Like, what is your diet like?
My diet is more real food diet, is what I call it. Simply eating food as natural, as close to natural as possible. So not a lot of processed food. I have realized that eating real food helps you to be healthier, and you said like the glowing skin and to reduce inflammation, which causes all the illnesses. Uh, uh, because why I actually became a health coach was because I was suffering from inflammation, and mine was in my knees. I had so much pain. It was so terrible walking, getting out of the car, getting out of bed. It was so bad. I had to do something. So I started learning and researching that it was actually the junk food that we eat causes such inflammation, and it manifests differently for everybody. So for some people, is their gallbladder that gets swollen, or their appendix, or is arthritis, like me, because that's what they told me I had, that I had mild arthritis and I was 35. I'm like, no, I can't have arthritis. My mom and my mother-in-law had arthritis in their 60s and 70s. No. So that was what led me to start researching. So I went back to eating more real food and drinking more water. I still eat the junk food, but not always. I just once in a while. Yeah.
Right. So it's okay to have some, but just not your main diet.
we call it special occasion food. Like on your birthday, you have to eat cake. If your family is going out for dinner, you can eat whatever you want those days, but don't make your breakfast, lunch, and dinner be through a drive-through. That's not going to work.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so if we call it the 80-20 rule, if 80% of the time you're eating real food, cooked fruits, vegetable, grains, meat, fish, that's what it is. And even if you can't cook it yourself, there are restaurants and even online programs you can order food from, and they will send it to you either cooked or with a menu for you to cook it yourself. So I encourage more people to go back to the way we used to eat when we were younger. Not the younger kids now, but the kids now, it's fast food. But yeah, so
yeah. So that's a really good point, because I know that's a reason a lot of people give. Like, it's not convenient for me to prep my meals at home. So there are services available. So that's really no excuse, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there are services available. And for me, I like to meal prep, like cook a lot in bulk. Over the weekend when I'm off, I will make like the chicken, bake a lot of chicken, make some veggies, make some salad. So over the week, I'm mixing, and the kids also, you can just boil something or microwave it. So you're not starting from scratch, because that's what overwhelms a lot of people is coming back from work and trying to do homework and cook at the same time is challenging. So I learned if I make at least some meals over the weekend, I can just make a little side or something to go with it during the week. So that helps. And then the online food services also helps people to stay on it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And you are from Nigeria. Have you
Yes.
lived in America very long?
Let me calculate. 19 years, 18 years.
Oh,
I
okay.
moved here, yeah, 2002. Yes. So it's been a while, almost 20 years. It will be 20 years
Yeah.
next year. So,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
yeah.
So you're accustomed to
Yes.
what I guess the standard American diet, and you know that's not healthy for you, but your traditional Nigerian food, how is that? Is that really a lot better than American food, I'm assuming?
We cook a lot of our foods, and even though now we do have KFC,
Okay, okay.
and Domino's in Nigeria. So the fast foods are coming in. So people are also
Oh,
struggling with it.
yeah.
But most of our foods are like soups and yams. We do eat a lot of rice, though, but most of it we cook and some way too oily, but we can reduce the amount of the oil that we put into just to make it healthier. So if I'm cooking and making soups and I'm making, I now combine the traditional food and the American food. So
Oh,
that's what my kids are growing up on. Yeah.
okay. And I believe on your website you have like a meal prep that is someone can actually purchase from you, and they can prepare that. And those are foods that are healthy, and it could be either a Nigerian traditional spice
Yes.
or American.
Uh, Actually, what you're talking about is free because I get a
Oh,
lot of
okay.
my friends from Nigeria asking me about healthy Nigerian foods, how to make. Why a lot of people go, if I'm not eating white rice, which we eat a lot of white rice, what else should I be eating? So I'm like, okay, we do have food. Don't focus on what you cannot eat. What about what you can eat, what you already eat?
Yeah.
So this is it. So I had like a 7 day kind of plan for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, uh, and drinks also and snacks. So I give them is geared more towards someone who already cooks Nigerian food because I don't have details of recipes, but you can find that on YouTube or Pinterest. So that's a freebie that I have on there for anyone who wants to try. Even if you're not Nigerian and you want to try the food, you just Google you can Google the meal and the recipe and way to cook it. And there's a lot of Nigerians cooking on YouTube and Pinterest, and you can follow them and find out how to cook this food. So yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I've always wanted to know because I like different types of spices. I
Mm-hmm.
try to I guess just experiment with different flavors because it just is more interesting. But
Yeah.
if you're cooking the spices, does that take away from the nutritional value, or is the same?
I don't think so. I
Okay,
think the spice add spice to the food,
right.
taste, color. And I
Yeah.
don't think essentially if you're cooking most of the food, you're not cooking them to where it's overdone. Some people like to add it towards the end, and then some people like to add, if it's cold food, to add the spices earlier on so it can marinate and be able, but it shouldn't. But if you look on Google also, they have spice charts that can tell you which spice to use for what type of food and which pairs together for best the nutritious value. But it's a great way to get to put taste in your food without adding a bunch of salt, which we know can increase your blood pressure. So
Right.
spices are good. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So we talked about inflammation, and that's the thing that causes a lot of problems for a lot of people. What
Yeah,
causes inflammation?
bad food.
Bad food.
The junk food, most of the time. Stress can cause inflammation, but a lot of times is the junk food we are eating, because when you're eating those food, um, it can accumulate in your system, right?
Right.
When we're younger, we can eat fast food and play and digest it and get rid of it. Our body is functioning well, but over time, it builds up. So building up, the body doesn't recognize those foods as real food. So at some point, when the body is now trying to fight and be like, I don't want you, I don't want you,
Mhm.
that's what causes that inflammation and causes pain. We do have good inflammation, like when you hurt yourself and the body is trying to form a scab and all that is to protect you. Or if you have a virus and the body is trying to fight the inflammation, the virus, it will cause inflammation. Those are good inflammation. But the bad inflammation is when we eat the junk food and over time it accumulates in the body, then the body gets tired of trying to process it because it's working over time because we're pouring on top instead of just, okay, once in a while, the body can take its time and get rid of it. But when you're doing it every day, over years, it becomes a problem. That's why, even though we don't have these illnesses when we're younger, when we get older, we start having them because it has piled on for years. So yeah,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah. So it's easier now to start paying attention to it when we're younger so that when we get older, we don't struggle as much.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned, as a young child, you might be running around and playing,
Mm-hmm.
getting your
Mm-hmm.
exercise and being active.
Yes.
But as you get
Yeah.
older, you may be more
We
sedentary.
sit a lot. Yes.
Yeah. So that could really be hard on your body as well.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Right. So I know a lot of people during the quarantine time have not been able to be as active as they wanted to be.
Including me.
Yes, a lot have put on extra pounds, maybe have been eating a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things or activities that we can do that could kind of help, like if someone is eating out of boredom, like what can we replace
Yeah.
eating out of boredom with?
First of all, I would say drink water because most of the time we think we're hungry and we are not. If you drink water and you're still hungry after 5, 10 minutes, then you can eat. And if it's been some time before you eat, but things like cleaning out a closet,
Mhm.
yeah, that will keep you busy because most of the time is
Right.
keeping that hand busy
Yeah.
when we're being bored. If we're watching TV, we should at least try something to do with our hands, writing, crochet, all that. Pick up a hobby that will also help. Call someone on the phone, someone you like that won't stress you out. Learn something new, right?
Right,
Paint
right.
your nails,
Yeah.
look up information, go for a walk, play with the kids, dance. I like dancing,
Yeah.
putting on YouTube music and dancing, playing games, arranging furniture, cleaning out your closet. I think I already said that, maybe because my closet needs to be clean. Preparing your food.
Oh,
We
that's
have so much things that we need to do in the house that we can take that time to just to shift that attention to something else. So we're not thinking about food. Leave the house, go for a run, go get some fresh air. That will help. So it's just to find other things to occupy our mind,
right.
will help us from not constantly eating.
Yeah, those are some good tips, especially the
Yeah,
meal prepping part, because
yeah,
so you can be prepared and you don't have those,
yes.
craving.
And you're eating the real food, yes.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
try to keep the junk food out of the house because if you don't
Right.
have it there,
You can't
or
eat.
buy it in little quantities, right? Like the chips, buy the small packs and eat
Mhm.
them. Because if you buy the big pack,
Yeah.
until it's gone, you won't stop. But if you buy the small packet, you can finish that and be done with it.
Yeah, that's true. Or you can like buy the big packs, but put them in smaller, like
Small
Ziploc bags.
Ziplocs, yeah.
Yeah, put them in smaller, like
Small
Ziploc bags.
Ziplocs, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good idea. Because I have to keep something in the house because my son loves to have like crackers or something to
Yeah,
snack on after
yeah,
school. So
yeah. Yeah, I buy the smaller bags or like you said, the big bags and portion them and then hide the bigger ones. Because even with the kids, they're eating more now because a lot of them are stuck at home, even though they're going back to school now, but they eat more. What I do with my kids is I buy fruits, apples, and oranges and put them in a bowl right there on the kitchen counter. So when they pass, before they get to the pantry, they see the apple or the orange, they eat
yeah.
that before on their second trip. Maybe then they will head into the pantry
Right.
and
Yeah.
find some junk to eat. Yeah. So
Yes, that's another good point. Having it
yeah,
visible so you don't
yes,
pass it. Like you can
yeah.
put it in the refrigerator and it may go bad,
And
but
nobody,
have
yeah,
it.
it will go
Yeah,
bad. Yeah. But
yeah,
if you have it out there for them to see, oh, they will eat it. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. So I saw on your Facebook page that there was a liquid collagen that you were trying.
Oh,
What is this, this product you
yes.
had?
I love liquid collagen. Actually, I have a bottle here.
Oh, cool.
I have been taking the powdered collagen for about 4 years now. Collagen is good for building, rebuilding. It's kind of a protein, so it helps in building the joints, the ligaments, the skin, everything. It helps in making it all look better and feel better because as we age, we actually lose the ability to make collagen. So that's the connective tissues that connect us. So that's why if you see a baby's body, it's so smooth and so
Yeah.
fresh because it's still, then as we get older, stuff starts sagging and
Mhm.
we start losing that texture, stuff start drying up in several places. So that's why we need collagen. So I have been taking the powdered one, and then towards the end of last year, I was introduced to the liquid collagen, which our body absorbs more. Because with the powdered collagen, you have to put it in water or juice or smoothie to take, and then it takes longer. And by the time, yeah. So,
Right.
but the liquid collagen, you're getting almost um, the what is it called? The 99% of what is in the container as opposed to the powdered one where you get 33% because they have fillers and all that. So this particular one is called Life. It helps improve joints, mobility and lubrication, supports cardiovascular health and improves skin's hydration, firmness, and tone. And I could tell the glow is so different from the powdered collagen. That's one thing I have noticed. So I am loving it. They have one good for people that are doing sports a lot because it has added BCAAs and proteins to help them recover faster, for the muscles to recover. They have one geared more towards skin if you're into the wrinkles and all
Right.
that. So that is a great a company that has clean living. All their stuff is clean. They source it well.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So this, I'm sure if you're eating bad food and you're trying to supplement, it's not going to be as effective as if you're
Mm-mm.
eating really good
Yes,
and
yeah,
it's
it all
even,
starts with the food. It
yeah.
all starts with the food. This is what is called a supplement. So it's supplementing the
Mhm.
healthy food. So it's nice. I always encourage people to just start with adding a little more vegetable,
Mhm.
eating a little bit more fruits, because a lot of people think they need to let go of what they used to eat completely. But once you start adding and eating more fruits and vegetable, your taste buds will start changing and
Mm.
your body will want more of it. So it's a gradual process. But yeah,
Yeah, that's for someone who probably has eaten really bad food for most of their life. It's
yeah,
not going to be something they can just do overnight.
And which is why a lot of people quit, because they
Yeah.
want to stop all the bad stuff. Sometimes it's necessary to quit, uh, especially when you're in pain or if your life depends on it. If the doctor says you need to quit all of it, then you need to quit all of it. But I have realized that gradual process, gradual graduation, and getting into it slowly, it lasts longer than trying to quit cold turkey and then backslide. Yeah,
Yeah.
so gradual, just adding more, crowding out the bad stuff. Okay, I will eat that tomorrow. I will eat that over the weekend. From Monday through Friday, I can try to stick to uh, real food that is good for me, and on weekends I can have fun with
Yeah.
the
Enjoy
stuff.
family
Yeah.
time and
Hmm.
eat together.
Yeah.
I remember usually around the January of each year, I do the Daniel fast. And I
Okay.
don't know if you've heard of that, but it's
Yes.
basically just fruits, vegetables, no added sugar,
Yeah.
no dairy, no meat. And, within the first, it is definitely very hard to do, but
At the beginning. Yeah.
yeah, at the beginning, but it does like after maybe a week, like you said, like there's no more pain, inflammation
Yeah.
gone, and I can just jump out of the bed and start my
Hmm.
day, and it's just
Yeah.
thinking more clearly. Like those are
Yes.
big benefits.
All the benefits that we don't
Yeah,
even realize we get because we get tired and we're wondering why I don't have some. I know I should be doing this. Why am I struggling to do it? And it's over time, like I said, all that food builds up, it affects your mental state, it does affect a lot. And then with the kids, it causes them to be hyper, to not stay focused in class. So food nutrition is really a big part of our well-being.
definitely. I agree with that. Just from my own experience, I can definitely
Yeah.
say.
So-
So on that video that I love that I'm gonna show everybody in my family, you
yeah.
you mentioned was it an internal pharmacy? What was the word for it?
Oh, yes, the internal pharmacy, that our body has its own internal medicine, which gives out the medication that we need anytime we need it. So, and this is a Nobel Prize winning thing that was done years ago. And with it is talking about the endothelium, which is in our blood system, and what it I think it will be explained more better if you're seeing the pictures like you did on the video,
Yes.
where it's showing the endothelium and how large it is, and how when we are eating junk food, it clogs up. It has like little medicine bottles shown on the picture. And
Mhm.
when you're eating junk food, it causes sticky stuff that sticks on top of the medicine bottles in our blood system. And it's tough for the medicine to come out, and it's even worse when you're sitting down. So,
Yeah.
but when you're eating real food, the blood cells are easier to move around. And then when you're exercising, it's helping the medicine jump out and do what it needs to do. Like for most of us, while we're younger, we don't need medicine because our body is doing what it needs to do. So, but when we eat all that junk food and then sit so much, we're not helping it at all. So we
Right.
need to help it. And one of the ways the nitric oxide is made is through exercise. So that's why it's encouraged to exercise 3 to 5 times a week, and to find something you love and enjoy to do. So yeah, I encourage everybody if they can. Once I learned that, I'm like, okay, I can put this free on my website for people to learn. And yeah, because it's knowledge. A lot of times, lack of knowledge is stopping people from moving forward.
Exactly, exactly. And that is definitely one of the main reasons why I created this channel is because
Mm-hmm.
I want to get that information out. There's so many awesome, successful, knowledgeable people, and we just need
Yeah.
to we need to focus on this type of information more than things that aren't too good for our mental health.
Yes.
Even though,
Exactly.
yeah. And I think having entertainment and enjoying yourself and enjoying life is also good for your health.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to balance it.
Balance is the key.
Exactly. So, can you tell me, there's one actual question that I ask of every person on the show, and that is, what is your favorite wealth building activity?
Oh, wealth building as in creating wealth?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Uh, I will first of all say your health is your wealth, because if you're not healthy, you can't even go too far much, or you can have all the wealth you have in this life and you cannot enjoy it because you're not healthy. So that is very, very important. The other thing I always put in the back of my mind is that to live according to your means, live within your means,
Yeah.
because we spend a lot of time, we make that money, and then we start trying to impress other people, and we start falling behind because we are trying to show people that we have made it and all that. And over time, you struggle because you didn't invest where you should have invested. So that's, I think that's the main thing, is to learn more about where you need to invest your money, invest it instead of spending it to
Right.
impress others. So I think that's that will help you keep your wealth together and keep it
Definitely.
for a long time, right?
Yes,
Because
yes.
the whole thing is health is a long time and the wealth is a long time. You want to be healthy to enjoy the wealth, and you want to save and invest in wealth so it can help you when you're no longer able to walk and do the stuff you used to do when you're younger. Um,
Yeah.
you can have that wealth invested. Well, depends on where you want to invest it. But yeah, so that would be my tip for that.
Yeah, I love that. And it's really connected. Like if you are taking care of yourself and you're living a long time, then you're gonna have to have your money last your whole life.
Yes,
If you're living to
yes.
100, you need to be able
To be able to take us at some point, you can be out there with the young ones doing that. So, and
Right,
then we
right.
think about generational wealth also, that you want to leave something for the people coming after you so they don't have
Yeah,
to struggle if you struggled to get it. So they will still work, but their struggle is less
yeah,
than what you had to go through.
exactly. That's perfectly
Yeah,
said. Thank you so much for that answer. That was awesome.
yeah.
So can you tell us how to find you, like your website, social media, anything?
Okay, my website is chionzy.com, chionzy.com, and I'm on Instagram. I don't want to be, but I am, because I need to teach people. I get people on the awareness board and try to take care of themselves. So my Instagram is Chiomzi LLC, at Chiomzi LLC. Facebook is at Chiomzi LLC. I think I'm on LinkedIn, Chioma Okoye. I have a few YouTube videos, but you can all get that on my Instagram link tree or from my website. You can get that.
Okay, great. And I will definitely put all of your information in the description box so we can
Thank you so
have
much.
that, and everybody can just live a healthier life, live a long life.
Yes, live long life. Yes,
Yes,
healthy. The issue is to live it well, not just be alive,
right.
right? But to be alive and enjoy being alive. Everything else around us affects the food we put in our mouth. So if we're stressed at work, if you're stressed with the kids, so we talk about in my coaching programs, I talk about lifestyle um, changes that you can also, if you're not sleeping well, if you're not drinking enough water, all that affects how you feel, and how you feel determines how you show up in the world. So you want to be your best self in whatever you are doing and with whoever you are with. So why not take care of yourself so everybody else can benefit from that?
Absolutely. Wow, you have been really a great, wonderful guest. I've learned a lot, and I'm going to share that information, your website, and all your information with everybody I can, because I really have been, positively impacted by the information that you put on your site. And
Thank you.
hopefully I can create some of your traditional Nigerian food too.
Yes, try and send me a
Yeah.
message if you are struggling
Okay.
with anyone. I can talk you through it. Yeah,
All right, I
you will
will.
love it. We have good food. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And
All right.
thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And also check the description box. I'll have all of Chioma's information there. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I remember being younger and struggling with those like eating disorders, and so that's something that I don't know if that's like a big problem in the community, but I know overeating maybe, but having like anorexia and bulimia, just
Yeah.
having a balance. Like some people are afraid of food, like they don't want to,
Yes.
they don't want
Yes.
to be overweight, but then it becomes a problem.
It becomes a problem, and people do struggle with that, and even a lot of people on social media trying to pose themselves as coaches actually struggle with eating problems, and they project it out to their followers who will then. So if you are not working with someone who is doing it on a holistical level, I know I cannot be a size 2. Why should I try to make my body? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Each of us have a certain, your body knows how much it should weigh. And when it gets there, it's going to stop. So the most important thing is to make sure like your labs are good, your numbers, your blood pressure, all of that, you're not feeling any pain. So that is where I am coming from, as opposed to you have to be this skinny or you have to fit into a certain size, dress size. That's not it. You can be in a dress size and be sad and be happy and be screaming at your kids and be mad at everyone. That doesn't, you're not healthy then.
Right.
You understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
So health should be the whole person. It should be all around, not just fitting into a dress size. So we need to change our mind, because it will be unrealistic for me to weigh how much I weighed in high school or in college. I've had 3 kids since then. So life is not the same anymore. So, but the goal is to age well and to avoid those illnesses and rock whatever outfit you want to wear and wear them well, as long as your insides are good. So looking at it from that point of view also is where I am coming from.
Yeah, I like that. That's definitely important.
Yeah.